Welcome to today's lesson, which is about equivalent exponential expressions. The goals of today's lesson are that you can find solutions to equations with exponents and that you can replace a variable with a number in an expression with exponents and operations and use the correct order of operations to evaluate the expression. So here let's evaluate 1/5 to the power of x when x equals 3. So we rewrite it 1/5 in parentheses again, but instead of x we're told x equals 3, so we're going to replace x with 3, and that means that we use 1/5 3 times in a multiplication expression like this. And then we can evaluate. We can 1 times 1 times 1, multiply the numerator first, is 1. And 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. So when we evaluate 1/5 to the power of x when x equals 3, we get 1 over 125. Evaluate 5x squared when x equals 3. 5x squared, so I'm going to put a multiply here because 5x means 5 times x. 5 times 3 squared. I'm replacing the x with 3. Now something to be careful of here. The squared applies only to the 3, not to the 5 times 3. Because remember PEMDAS, or the order of operations, we've got to deal with the exponent before the multiplication. So 5 times 3 squared, I'll do that over here to the side in a different color, means use 3 2 times in a multiplication expression. 3 times 3 is 9. So it's 5 times 9, which is 45. And here solve the equation, and we are looking for a value for x. So 7 plus x squared equals 23. We want to isolate the variable, so I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides, and I'm left with x squared is equal to 16. And what number multiplied by itself gives you 16? So let's look at some of the numbers we know. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 4 is 16. We can stop there. X squared, 4 squared equals 16. And so the solution is x is equal to 4. Which of the following, x equals 1, 2, 3, or 4, is the solution to 16 minus x squared equals 7? I'm going to write here 16 minus x squared equals 7. So I'm going to start with x equals 1. 16 minus 1 squared is equal to 16 minus 1, which is equal to 15. So it's not x equals 1. Let's try 16 minus 2 squared. That's equal to 16 minus 2 squared is 4. 16 minus 4 is 12. So that's not it. 16 minus 3 squared. 16 minus 3 squared is 9, which is equal to 7. So that's it. 16 minus 3 squared equals 7. So which is the solution? It's x equals 3. That's your solution. So to summarize, substitute the given value for the variable and then evaluate as usual, and always keep the order of operations in mind as you solve equations. So today you saw how to find solutions to equations with exponents and you saw how to replace a variable with a number and then to use the order of operations to evaluate the expression. And that's the end of today's lesson.